What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be going over the most underrated cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM from Sapphire all the way up to Invincible. So lads, no point going GOAT cards because, well, they're GOATs. We're going to be going Sapphire to Invincible here. And also, before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Trying to 270k by the end of the month. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be close. We're on like 268,400. We're just over 1,500 away. So if we could somehow manage to hit that, that would be absolutely insane, lads. So anyway, first of all, we are going to be looking at Sapphires. And I'm pretty sure I don't have this specific card. I'm pretty confident I do not have this card. Yes, I do not have this card because I'm currently on my Xbox account because it was the console that happened to be plugged in. I did not think this one true, but the card is this guy right here. The card's Steve Novak. So Steve Novak is easily in the top 2 or 3 Sapphires in the game. Funnily enough, his one half badge is blinders / steady. He doesn't have the best speed in the world, but he's at 84 lateral quickness. He's 6'10", can play small forward. He's also got the Pro 6 behind the back, base 10 on very quick, a 96 3 ball, mediocre driving dunk, and gold clamps. He's also got gold range extender and basically all the shooting badges except deep fades. So I mean, if there are situations where you have to run a Sapphire, like, or even rubies and lower, this card is in the debate for being in a squad like that. Steve Novak, definitely one of those cards that I think there have been very few weeks where this guy's been usable in Limited, but he would be a lot more known of if he was usable in Limited. And then we are on to rubies, and this is a close one because this guy is a beast. This guy is a beast. The season progress Luke Kennard. He is fantastic, lads. He is actually, like, if there are any limited weeks, again, there's only 1 week of limited left. Like, again, limited ends in 3 days. But I highly doubt too many people have used him for more than just the very first week of my team. So not the very first week of limited. But this guy, a lot of people have gotten a bit of use out of. It's Wesley Wade. It is David Wesley. David Wesley, the most underrated Ruby this year. This guy was a beast. And I know you guys might be screaming for Yuta, but at the end of the day, we all know that Yuta's a god. Not everyone knows that Wesley Wade's a god. Basically, this guy here, he's got a 94 3 ball. He's got gold range. Basically, got every badge on gold you need. And also got Wade base, Pro 2, Pro 3. So he's like a mini Dwayne Wade. And he came out on the 7th of May. And like, there were legitimately stages where I was running him. There'd be videos where I'd just be running him just as a joke because of how fun he was to use. And yeah, Wesley Wade in here as the Ruby card. Now the rest of this is all auctionable cards. The rest of the underrated cards are auctionable. So we have 6 more card tiers to go through. First of all, the Amethyst. And if you're looking for good Amethysts, there are a few kind of underrated ones in terms of the mystery set. Like, I personally believe Derek Jones Jr. is not half bad because he's a lefty and he's got one of my favorite releases on very quick. But yeah, so then we have, and there's Devin Vassell, one of Ty's favorite players. But for me, the most underrated players from Warped Reality. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking Okoro or Bonner. Like, nah, everyone knows how good these guys are. For me, it's Precious Achua. I think Precious Achua is one of the most underrated cards, period, in this game. Like, the guy's release, let's just chuck him in here. He's undersized at 6'8" for a center. I will admit that. But play him a power forward, especially at the time. He doesn't have the greatest post game, but this guy was probably the cheapest of all these guys. And 88 3-pointer, 95 driving dunk, good ball handle, solid defensive stats, unbelievable speed. Great lateral. And if you look at his half badges, all the key ones. All the key half badges. Is Bonner better? I do believe he is better. Like, if you were to ask me who's better, Precious Achua or Matt Bonner, I'm probably going to say Matt Bonner. But the difference is between Matt Bonner and Precious Achua is that everyone knows Matt Bonner is a beast. Like, the amount of the guys that have been using that Bonner card, I have had a ton of success with him. Whereas for Achua, like, people don't even really notice it. Like, release-wise, this guy is unbelievable. Again, I've just turned on the meter for the first time in a long time, which was very confusing. But release-wise, this guy he's chicken. He's such a nice shooter. Hot zones everywhere except the middle spot. Again, he is open from that range. He's going to hit most of the shots that he takes. I'm telling you, I'm just not used to the meter on, but this guy's release is absolutely quality. As well as that, he's a good shooter on both gens. He moves at an elite rate. He dunks it well. And he's got the Hop Showtime badge. Well, kind of like Matt Bonner. But the difference is that, again, very few people. Like, Precious Achua was seen as the worst of those Amethyst, which I still believe he is. But I mean, that's not the worst thing, being the worst of the best group. Then we are on to the Diamonds. And this is an interesting card. This is a really, really interesting card because not a lot of people have used him because it was in the last batch of Diamond cards. So it was in the Gladiators batch. And you're looking like, I didn't rate Pascal, I didn't rate Giannis, but Grant Hill is super underrated, this Diamond card right here. So what you're getting with Grant Hill is a 6'8", 2-guard with 23 Hoff badges. He's got Hoff Clamps, Hoff Intimidator, Hoff Quick First Step. If you're looking at badges he doesn't have, like, there's not many. Like, he's got gold range as well, which is fine. He still has that base 1, which isn't ideal. But he's like a budget version of the point guard Hill. He's still got a mediocre, like, you can hit 3-pointers with an 83 rating, especially with like coaches and floor general. Not a great shooter, but you can hit them. 95 driving dunk. He's got 87 perimeter defense, solid interior. As well as that, he's got 95 speed, 94 lateral. Man, Tyreek Evans was way ahead of his time stats-wise. I'm just looking at him now. He was way ahead of his time. But, yeah, Grant Hill had absolutely everything needed to be a solid, usable card. And the fact is he is a diamond card, which is absolutely crazy, lads. So, for me, he is the most underrated diamond because, again, I've played against this Giannis plenty of times. I've actually played against Eric Pascal more times than I played against Grant Hill. But still, I don't get why Eric Pascal is a fan favorite, but 2K being 2K. And we're on to the pink diamonds, and I'm going to season rewind for this. And this is a really tough one because there's a lot, again, there are 30 pink diamonds. So like all this page and all this page are pink diamonds, and there's a lot of good cards here. So this was a really tough one. This was a really, really tough one because there were 3 guys that I thought were very, very close. And the 3 guys that I thought were close, first of all, was O'Shea Brissett, who is, I don't know where these guys are. Where's Brissett? Dozier. There we go. There he is. He's around 6.5K, but he's basically like 6'7" Steph Curry. He's got like 44 hops, and it's probably easier to show what makes these guys good in 2KDB. Probably is easier to show it in 2KDB, so let's go and bring up O'Shea Brissett. So he's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's got 94 3-ball. He's got half range extender, all the good defensive badges. As well as that, he's got Steph Curry with a Kobe upper on very quick, Pro 2, Pro 3. So he is insane. And then, of course, I can't not talk about Dean Wade. 6 foot with a long wing, 6'9" with a long wingspan. Absolute elite stats, all the key Hall of Fame badges as well. And he's got base 5, which is one of the best next gen releases in the game. So he's right up there. And then there is another one that a lot of people do like. It's KZ Okpala. It was again another card that a lot of people do rate. I don't rate Thad Young that highly, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not putting Thad Young in. I don't know what it is, I just don't really like him. I've tried to use him on next gen, didn't like him. And also, for anyone wondering why I don't have Ben Simmons or Pokashevsky, those guys are not underrated. Everyone knows about those guys. But what you get with KZ Okpala is you get elite length. You've got base 5 as well. So you get that really good Dean Wade release. You get elite length. You can play the 2 though. A little bit worse shooting and only gold range. So for me, it's between honestly these 2 guys. And it all depends on what you want. If you're looking for him to play small forward, I'm going Dean Wade. If you're looking for them to play 2-guard, I'm going KZ Opal. That's pretty much it. It all depends on what you need. If you need a small forward, Dean Wade. 2-guard, Opal. Power forward, obviously Dean Wade. But it all depends on what position you are looking for who is the most underrated pink diamond in the game. And it's a close one between those two guys. I think it's a really, really close one. So the most underrated Galaxy Opal in the game. This video got delayed so much because I forgot to put this card into the game. The most underrated Galaxy Opal in the game, in my opinion, is Larry Bird. It is Larry Bird. And it is specifically this Larry Bird or this Larry Bird, depending on what gen you're on. If you're on next gen, it's this Larry. If you're on current gen, it's this Larry. These Larry Bird cards are incredible. They are incredible. This one has gotten no steady, but the better card, in my opinion, is this Larry. Is this Larry. The point guard Larry. Insane cone, 6'9", can curry, really great release, great defensive player. On current gen, yeah, he's not going to be great, but on next gen, he's going to be spectacular. So the fact is one of the two Larry Birds are coming in as the most underrated Galaxy Opal in the game, without question, in my opinion. Then we go to the Dark Matters. And this, I could very easily go, but I don't think these guys are actually underrated. I don't think Boris Diaw or Rudy Fernandez are underrated. I think everyone kind of knows how good they are. And then, like, a lot of this set, like, some of these guys are really good. Like, Sean Elliott, super underrated. No one's talked about this guy, and he is so good, especially for that 18,000 MT. You got Juwan Howard, who came out today, but I think people do realize how good Juwan Howard is. But there's just a guy better than Juwan Howard, in my opinion. And he's in the Idol Series 3 set. He's like 30k. And it's Chicken Man Jameson. Like, Antoine Jameson, he's like 30k on PlayStation. He's like 40k on Xbox. Like, what you're getting with Jameson is he's got X in base. First of all, he's got X in base. He's got 56 huffs, catch and shoot, relentless finisher, drop stepper. Like, again, he's got like range. He's got all the key badges except for he does not have blinders. But he's like, imagine if Luka Doncic was taller and had a better wingspan, but couldn't play point guard. That's literally what you're getting. You're basically getting Invincible Luka Doncic, except he plays small forward. And positions don't really matter too much in this game anyway. Like, I can't, when I'm running my squad, I can't even run Luka Doncic at point guard. He's too little there. So I have to play Luka Doncic at the 2. And having Jameson there in the team as well. I can legit run with a team where I have Jameson starting and Luka coming off the bench. Like, that team is absolutely insane. Or Luka starting, Jameson coming off the bench. They are both absolutely ridiculously good players in this game. And you're basically just getting Luka Doncic. Except instead of having to grind to level 40, it's last season it's 30k MC. So if you really want to try out that Luka Doncic, Jameson's the same card. So just go and get yourself a Jameson. And now to the most underrated Invincible. I believe there is only one underrated Invincible. I do. Every one of these guys has, almost all these guys have got tactical downgrades that are almost as good. Like, is PG significantly better than his other card? He's quite a bit better. But the other card is still really good. Or Pink Diamond. It's not Pink Diamond. Dark Matter. I'm stuck in 2K18 calling them Pink Diamonds. But is Kawhi significantly better than the other Dark Matter? No, but he's better. Like, he's better, but he still has a really good alternative. Yao doesn't specifically have an alternative himself, but I mean, Sim Vular is a great alternative for like 20k. Dwight, he's not good anyway. Manu is an alternative. Kevin Garnett's not great. Dame is an alternative. Duncan's not great. Durant, Clay has an alternative. Melo's just not great. D-Rob, maybe you can put in D-Rob here, but for me, there's only one. There's only one. It's Bosch. It's Chris Bosch. I saw a Bosch end for 120k earlier. And like with Bosch, you're getting a Curry sliding guy. And he also has 68 hops, which is like very high for an Invincible. If you're looking at his badges, the only badges he doesn't have are like blinders. Where's badges? There we go. Blinders and floor general are the only badges he doesn't have. And then of his gold badges, like you'd rather tight handles be on gold. But again, he can Curry slide on next gen. He's got perfect stats, great shooter, significantly better in my opinion, base 29 than the other Dark Matter Bosch who came out really early. And yeah, for me, he is the most underrated Invincible in the game. So anyway, that's the video, lads. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or do you guys disagree? This is just my opinion at the end of the day, and for me, these are the most underrated players at every single tier, from Sapphire to Invincible in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. And that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's driving. Tyson with the fade, not the air, my hands rocking. When I link with ball,